Alright, we got another video for you guys today. We're going to be doing something a little bit different. We've got a bunch of quartz that we dug from the Diamond Hill mine in Abbeville, near Abbeville, South Carolina. So Josiah here, he's going to be washing them off, and we're going to try to reveal some of the crystals on these. And some of these you can see when you dig this material up at the mine. A lot of times they'll have this heavy clay kind of wedged in between the crystals, so all you see is this, where it's just, you see a few shiny surfaces sticking out. So we're going to go ahead and clean off some of this material today. Got a few big pieces here. You can see some of the pockets here with the quartz crystals in them, and there's some there as well. So yeah, most of the material from the Diamond Hill mine is quartz. There's amethyst, there's smoky quartz, there's skeletal quartz you can find there. And hopefully we'll have some examples of that skeletal quartz. A lot of times the crystals will have like a black manganese coating or a brown iron oxide coating. And so yeah, we're going to try to clean some of these up. You can also find I believe aquamarine at the mine. I have never found any there. I've been there twice so far. So yeah, so let's go ahead and start cleaning some of these up. This big one we already cleaned up some. It's got some crystals here. Actually hauled this out for my daughter. She really wanted this, so that was quite a bit of work, but probably weighs about 100 pounds. So let's go ahead and reveal some more crystals here. Alright, go ahead, Josiah. Alright, so we cleaned them off a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video for a minute, and I'm going to clean these three off for you guys, and we'll see what we get. I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so I went ahead and washed those three off a little more thoroughly. I tried scrubbing them with a plastic brush. I might need to use a pressure washer. And I'll probably put some of these in iron out as well to get some of the iron staining off of them. But you can see they turned out real nice. We got a really nice cluster here. We got some, clean off my camera a little bit, but we got a little bit of skeletal quartz right here. I was going to show you guys. You see this right here? Let me zoom in a little bit. But you can see it kind of has these uneven, kind of jagged faces on it, like right there. So that would be what's called skeletal quartz, because it kind of has a skeletal structure to it. So some of these points in here are skeletal quartz, some are not, but this is a really nice little cluster right there. And this one here is a plate. It's mostly druzy quartz, but a nice good sized plate. It's about 6 inches across. And we got a lot of small druzy quartz on there. The back is just that rough surface right there. So yeah, that one turned out real nice. Got some nice little points in there. Nice druzy quartz. This one I'll try to clean up better with either a pressure washer, or I'll put it in iron out, let it soak for a little while. This one here is really nice. This one's got some really nice quartz crystals in it. They're not really large, but they're nice and sparkly. this black coating here, so that's that manganese oxide coating that you get on some of these. So yeah. And there's that piece. Whoa, that was not good. Don't want to do that. Okay. Let's pull out a couple more here. Let's clean this guy off. This guy's got a little pocket here with crystals in it. A little bit of pocket there. That one's kind of broken up there. So we'll clean this one up and look at it in a minute. Alright, so we went ahead and cleaned it up. That turned out to be a really nice little pocket in there. Got some nice sparkly crystals. It's a larger piece though, but still looks really nice. It'll display really nice on a shelf. I want to show you guys this one here. This is a little bit bigger piece, but Josiah's foot here. And this has really got some really nice druzy quartz in it. It looked like it had a bigger crystal here that got broken off, unfortunately. But a lot of the smaller stuff is still pretty much intact. So that's a really nice plate right there. It's pretty heavy. It's probably a 20-30 pound piece, but still a really nice plate on the front of that, so they'll display really nice as well. Is it heavy, Josiah? Yeah. Alright, so let's see what else we got here. Some little pieces here. Here's a nice little tiny plate here, cluster. We'll clean that up. We'll clean this one up. There's crystals in there, I can guarantee it. You just can't really see them. This one here's got some nice crystals. And this one here, you can't see much there, but there are crystals underneath there, so we'll clean that one up as well. Let's clean these 4 up, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so we went ahead and cleaned off those 4. Now this one here turned out pretty nice. It's got some nice points in it. Nice little cluster there. You got a lot of iron oxide, manganese oxide on there. I'll definitely put this one in iron out. This was a nice little plate right here. Had some nice quartz crystals on it. Real pretty, real sparkly. This one here, I said I guaranteed crystals. There's a few small crystals in that pocket there, but that's about it. There's not a lot of crystals on this one. It's got an interesting structure though. So, and this guy here is a nice little cluster. Real nice. So this is more like what they would look like when they're cleaned up. They'll be more whitish, more sparkly and shiny. A lot of times that iron oxide kind of makes them dull. And yeah, we got a little visitor here. Little millipede, I think, centipede. So yeah, let's go ahead and clean up some more. I'm gonna do this big one right here. This one, hold on. You can see the crystals poking through here on the surface. So I'm hoping this whole thing will have crystals. Hoping this whole thing will have crystals, but we'll see. We'll get this cleaned up and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so I went ahead and got it cleaned up some. And this has a lot of really nasty iron oxide on it. But it's got some really nice quartz crystals. It's a really nice plate right there. The rest of it didn't have much, but that turned out pretty nice. We got a nice little plate there. I'll put that in iron out as well, and hopefully we'll get a really nice cleaned up piece. So up next, I'm gonna do this other big one here. Get it out of the way. This one, I don't think it's going to be covered with crystals, but looks like it has a really nice pocket right here. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up this pocket, see what we get. Alright, so I went ahead and cleaned it up. This one has that really nice pocket there. I may just leave it as it is. It's got a really nice manganese coating on the crystals there. So, yeah. There's some really nice crystals in this one. It's a heavy piece. It's got a little pocket over here. But other than that, that's about it. It's got some green in there. I'm not 100% certain what that green is. Got some more over here. So, it's an interesting piece right there. Alright, up next, let's do this other bigger piece. This one is only gonna have a few crystals on this edge here. I don't know how good that one's gonna be. And I'm gonna do this smaller one as well. You can see some points sticking through the mud there. So let's clean these two up and see what we get. Alright, these two turned out pretty interesting. So I was looking at this one. You know, it's mostly matrix material, but look at that botryoidal manganese growth on there. That's something I haven't seen from this mine. So that's really interesting. I may just leave that one as it is, just because of that. That's kind of cool. And this one here, this little cluster. So these are more, it's not the nicest cluster here. They got a little bit of damage, but this is pretty typical. You find a lot of pieces like this there. Alright, so let's clean up a couple more here. We got a little cluster here, and I don't know what's up with this one. Oh, this one's got some points here at this end. Let's see what's under that mud. So let's do this one as well. I'm not sure what this one's going to have anything. We'll clean it up and see if it does, and we'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, so we cleaned those up. So this little cluster here is missing a couple crystals. The ones that are there are pretty nice. They got more of that iron oxide coating on them. This one didn't have any crystals on it. It's just a piece of quartz, smoky quartz. And this one here, this one had a few crystals on it. This one's interesting. It's got some druzy quartz on top of the larger quartz crystals. And I think that pinkish color is from a little bit of dirt getting in between there. So that's kind of an interesting little cluster right there. Little pocket. So up next, I'm going to clean this one here. This one's going to have some crystals on the top here. This one here is going to have some crystals here sticking out. And let's do these bigger ones. This one here, I don't know if this one's going to have any crystals on it. I'm not sure why I kept this one, but we'll go ahead and clean these up and take a look. Alright, so we went ahead and cut those three, and this one didn't have any crystals really, just a piece of quartz. So I'm not sure why we kept this one. This one here has a little, if I can focus, there we go. It's got a little pocket there, nothing too spectacular there. But I was looking at this one. This one's would be an awesome piece to cut, because you can see the crystal structure inside of there. And I think this one would be a really nice piece to cut. So I may cut this one later on in another video, and we'll see how it turns out. this one here was a nice little cluster right there. He's cleaned up pretty nice. They didn't have a lot of that iron oxide, manganese oxide coating on them. So, yeah, we got some nice pieces there. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up this big one. This one's got druzy quartz right there. Hopefully we'll have more of it. So we'll see what we got there. And then I'm going to clean up all the rest of these pieces. Maybe I'll do these two right now. Clean these up and see what we have under all this mud. So yeah, hopefully we've got some nice crystals here. Alright, we went ahead and cleaned those up. This big one had some decent druzy quartz. I gotta clean it up some more, but it had a good amount here at the top. So nothing too spectacular, but still a decent piece. This one here has crystals on it, but they're kind of worn. I'm not sure what happened to these. We got a nice little cluster here. And so I'm going to go ahead and clean up all the rest of these and show you guys the rest of these in a minute. Hopefully we got some good ones. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, we went ahead and cleaned all those up. We got some here. This one had no crystals on it. This one here has really nice structure. I may cut this one as well. It's got a nice quartz structure. As well as this one here. I may cut this one as well. This one's almost a little bit of an amethyst color. A little bit of purple in there. We got a little druzy quartz cluster here. Really, really dirty. We'll have to clean this one with iron out. Got some decent crystals on this one here. But you can see that crystal there, the big one. You can see those holes in the side of the crystal. That is called skeletal quartz. You can see it there. You can see it. There's another really good example here. Right here. That large crystal. You can see the sides have those weird cavities in them. So that would be a good example of skeletal quartz that you can find at the Diamond Hill mine. This one's kind of an odd piece right here. I'm not really sure what's going on with this. It's got some amethyst in there. This one's got some couple little points on there. So more druzy quartz. Another little cluster here. This one's got some interesting crystals. Interesting coloration in there, more of a red color. And then another tiny little cluster here. So, yeah, a couple more here. Some more of that skeletal quartz. Little tiny cluster here. Got broken off. And then this larger crystal. This one's a little bit decayed and damaged. But yeah, we got some interesting material here. Alright, we're going to go ahead and clean up some more of our finds. So here's a little plate we got. This one's got some a nice manganese oxide coating on it. So that's some real good crystals there. Now this one here, this one's pretty much covered with dirt. We're going to clean this one up and see what's underneath of it. So yeah, that turned out to be a nice little plate. Got some nice druzy crystals in there. A few larger crystals in there. So that's not too bad. So next, let's see what else I got here. Got another cluster here that's pretty dirty. Now this one here doesn't have any crystals on it. It's just a piece of quartz. Another little cluster here. And a couple more clusters. We're going to clean these up. This is a nice little plate right here. I got a couple more plates. This one I'm not sure what's underneath of here. Not sure what to expect with that. And this one here looks like a nice little cluster. And a little tiny cluster. So we'll go wash these off and we'll see them in a minute. Alright, so I went and washed them off. This one here just had like one little point on it. This turned out to be a real nice little plate right here. Some nice crystals on there. Little tiny cluster here. And then this one here had a good amount of iron oxide on it. Here's some more, a little cluster here, and some good crystals on it. And another little plate here. This little cluster here we got. And a nice cluster right here. These are a little bit larger, a little bit better. Some of them are broken though, so that's unfortunate. Alright, so we got... I hope you like this video, and I'll try to get some of these cleaned up some more maybe and put them in iron out. Get a little bit, put some pictures at the end of the video. But yeah, I hope you like this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one.